Okay, welcome guys. We're just talking over a little bit of my gameplay for my live stream. This is part one of my little mini series. It's which role is harder in some of rivals. I know I've seen a few people done it, but nobody has done it how I have. I have dedicated 2 hours from each role using each character and showing and naming the pros and cons and the roles of each character. Now, this is just a short little mini series, so it's not really that in depth. But if this does do well, I would do a part two of this mini series, and I will go far in depth. I will be playing for each role for 7 days, a full week of each role, so I can gain every aspect, every experience of each role. I would do that just for y'all, but only if this video do well. Yeah, I did live stream each role on my on YouTube, and the lives are still up, so you could go watch them if you want to see the full experience and see everything. But essentially, this is just gonna be gameplay with a voiceover, not too crazy. So, hey, I hope life is going well and going as you planned, and if not, I hope it gets better, man. Without further ado, let's hop straight into the video. Let me just take a moment of your time right here, real quick. So, look, hold on. Let's just watch this and then pause it right here. Yeah, no, right there. Yeah. So, what's happening here is that you could see that. You see how my teammate is back there and he's low, and you see that plus sign. Most healers in this situation would just be like, oh, he's low. I have to save him. No. Watch what I do in this situation. Those of you who don't know what I just did, see, I'm Invisible Woman. And I made a slight effort to see maybe I could save him, maybe I could. But I went and peeked and I realized I couldn't save him. So unlike what most of y'all do, I left. Now you can see here I made a little mistake. Well, my aim was just not the best trying to heal the venom. Um so yeah, sold right there. But as you can see, I left. I couldn't heal, bro. So what did I do? I used my double jump and I escaped out there and I lived to see another day. Here, I think another clip is actually about to come up. If you were in my live stream, you already know me playing as a healer wasn't really well. You see right there, another thing that's happening, that kept happening. Our Thor, yes, he's a dive character, but if you're solo taken as Thor, you have to play up front. He refused to do that, and as you could see, he's all the way in the back line. Yes, he's living, but what is he leaving the healers? He's leaving the healers behind to defend for himself. You don't do that, okay, guys? You don't. You don't. You sit here. You're supposed to protect the healers as a tank. That's enough. We're gonna allow you to watch this content without me constantly interrupting. Hello, guys. It's me again. Now, you see right here, the Groot is, I don't know what he's doing, but the Groot is flanking. Have you ever heard of a flanking Groot? Neither have I. But you see, he's flanking, and for some reason, I'm peeling him. This is an example of what not to do. What I should have been doing is I should have been in the front line with my team. Should have been in the front line with my team. Now, this is a little bit early on in the clip, but yeah. Here's another bad thing I did. I chased them. I should have chased them. Now my team was dead, so it's okay. But I should have never have chased. Now look at the group. You see, he's flanking again. What do I do? I'm like, okay, let me go heal the group. Because as somebody who plays tank a lot, not main, but plays tank a lot, I know healing tanks is really important. Forget DPS. DPS could heal their own self using health pads. Heal DPS here and there, but tanks are really important. So what happens is I'm over here trying to heal the tank and I'm not paying attention, not locked in, and he still continuously flanks. Now he pushes up, but he pushes way too deep. What I should have done is once he pushed that deep, I should have just left him alone. Should have just left him alone and continued healing my DPSs because they would have been better. That's what you should do, because if somebody is not trying to live, then guess what? You can't make them live. It's that simple. If they're not trying to live, you can't make them live. So if they're not cooperating with you, just don't cooperate with them. You should have just stopped. I should have just stopped healing them. After I realized that, I started to lock in, and I just backed off on healing him from time to time. Here's that way I can see the gameplay. See, in the next clip, you're about to see what I mean about if you just quit trying to do damage all the time, you will see what will happen. You could get so much more further as a healer. Just watch what I do to the MFOs. You see what happened? Me and the healer, me and the other healer, we was just surely healing the Emma Frost. That is because it's no point of me trying to dish out damage if I could heal the Emma Frost, who would kill him faster than me just sitting here and using DPS as a support. Now, could I have, now in that situation, could I have assisted? Yes, but I was so close to the Emma Frost that my healing would actually have healed me at the same time. So either or, I was gonna outlive it. And on top of that, was two healers. So that was a win-win situation. But right there, just heal. Stop trying to dish out damage. Sometimes you need to, yes, but in these lower ranks, you don't. See right here. I ran away. You wanna know why I ran away? Because healing is more important than living is more important than trying to heal. Like if if I'm dead, I can't heal at all. But if I stop healing for about 4 seconds, it's all good. Because guess what? It takes me 7 seconds to respond, and then it takes me about 5 seconds to walk the point. Which is better? You leaving for 4 seconds or you dying? And I just want to speak about this moment right here. See, listen, it was a good idea to hold my ult because I knew in that moment we didn't need a ult right there. Yes, we were taking damage, and yes, the enemy used their ult, and their ult lasted longer, but we did not need it on the simple fact that I was able to out heal. I was able to out heal the ult. Sometimes you could out heal the ult, so you shouldn't waste your ult because guess what? Now that you out healed the ult, you could either use your ult or you could continue healing normally. And then when your team is actually about to die and you can't out heal it, you have that ult ready. And now you and the healer's ults are not synced up. That's what you have to think about. Does the enemy has ult? Do they not? Who knows? Look at this right here. Getting chased by the Spider-Man. Spider-Man puts me in a combo. What do? I managed to escape. I managed to escape. Wowzers. Apparently nobody knows how to do that. Because if you knew how to do that, then Spider-Man would be getting nerfed every second. Now we're just gonna continue watching this. You see, I'm healing, actually managed to kill the Spider-Man. And I'm once again, I'm out healing the ult. That's simple. And you see how I'm about to die? I'm not using my ult when I'm about to die. You see that, right? I'm not using my ult because I'm about to die. I have to get out of there because team is starting to die, and I'm not gonna waste my ult on the penny that's in her ult. That's a lot of mistakes y'all make as healers. It's what makes y'all think healing is hard. Healer is honestly purely intellect. It's an intellect type role. That's why it's named support. A supportive role is purely intellect. You see this? That's why I messed up because I tried to go cloak. But if I didn't die by that, we would have won that point. Spider-Man was low, Emma was low, and I used my ult, whole team there, we would have won that. But Iron Man stopped me from using my ult. I tried to go cloak, but it just didn't work. I don't know what was going on. But yeah, guys, healer is easy. It's about your intellect. Only if you're slow, well, let me stop being insultive. If you're not that intelligent, then you're not gonna have a good time winning. That's just the truth. Here we're on defense. We actually, spoiler alert, we did lose this game. If you watch the live stream, you'll see that we kind of lost every game. But let's watch here. Now I know the thing is a melee character, so he has to get close, all close up and personal. But he could very much do that on the front line. But you see in a minute that they start getting out of hand and they start getting cocky because we did have a good run, and they start pushing way too deep, way too deep, and it's hard to heal, especially target heal the lower teammates when there's enemies in the way. It's not like I'm Jeff, so that heals go straight through everybody. So if there's an enemy in front of me, I can't really heal. Here, I was trying to take cover and heal at the same time. So I could get, I got a, right here, I got a better angle and it's harder to hit me and it's harder to be noticed. Yeah, we did end up winning the fight, but once again, they were pushing way too deep. And as a healer, I do not need to be that deep in their territory. I do not. And they was putting me in a bad position. Now, I probably should have stayed a little more stuck up and was like, yeah, no, I'm not falling back there. You see, once again, they stayed in the invis ult. They stayed in the invis ult, and I don't know why they did that. I guess the heals are that good. They thought they could outlive it. I should have used my ult here. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, I did. Okay. Yeah, I almost forgot my own clip. Yeah, I used my ult to protect my team. You see, I'm in my ult, so I'm gonna go DPS mode. If you're in my ult, you should live. So I went DPS mode, take doing damage and killing people. What you should do, and then I switched right back off to heal. Now my teammates put me in a bad position, and I took too long to go back. See, I knew I was gonna die. I took too long to get out of that position, out of when my teammates put me in a bad position. That was my fault. I should have been left that position or should have been trying to leave that position already. That is my fault, but also my teammates' fault for putting me in that position. Like I said, we did lose this game, but we're actually switching over to one of my other games I played. This is actually later in my stream. I ended up playing Loki, as you can see here. So I didn't want to play Loki because he's a DPS on steroids, but teammates didn't know how to protect me. And hell, it's either I play a character that runs away or I play a character that could fight back. So what to do? I play the hardest character, the supposed hardest healer. In my opinion, Invis Woman is so much more harder. I played the supposed hardest healer, and I'm playing Loki. And um, based off what you see right now, I may look like I'm getting cooked, and I was in the beginning. But I started to understand him, and literally next game, I think we won. I'm pretty sure we won the next game, and I think that was the first one of the live stream. Yeah. When your team doesn't protect you, then your team doesn't protect you and they put you in bad positions, you might as well just throw away the key. Now you see here, I was trying to copy the ult because like I said, I don't know. But apparently you can't copy Cloak and Dagger when she's in her ult. I thought you could, and that's how I ended up dying here. If I knew that, I would have went invisible and left out the fight, like normal people would do. Right there, I was just trying to see if I could just click Q and it allows me to choose anybody. Yeah, see, this is when I start locking in. I start actually placing my clones. Nobody really attacks the clones, honestly. I guess they don't see a reason to. And even if they did, I'll just go on Viz and place another one. And then by the time they kill my second one, I'll be able just to place another one down. It's kind of like infinite loop. That's what you Loki players should be doing. But apparently, once you kill a Loki's clone, they never want to place down another one. You see, he's in a 1v3. Look, this is what I mean. Loki is broken. He's in a 1v3. And what happens? I managed to save him from just using Loki. This time I was actually able to get the invis, copy the invis all and say got a stat point. But you see, Loki is an easy support. And a lot of people should be maining Loki if they complaining about Spider-Man or Black Panther or somebody in the backline. They really should. Chat, I want to add this clip just to show you the fact that this is kind of why I didn't want to use Loki because I knew this was gonna happen. We got a Spider-Man. I think he's good, and look, he's dead. Now watch. I'm just gonna be silent for a second. Allow you to watch what happens next. Yeah. So they're not taking a book out of that girl's page. Spidey. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I did. I copied Spidey. Spidey was running from me and didn't want the smoke. He didn't want to run the ones. Didn't want to get taught how to use Spidey. But look, child. This is why I didn't want to use Loki. Watch this. Got that pick right there. Almost got that pick right there, but I end up switching. You see, if you know how to use a character, it's easy. Loki is easy. If you're not a one trick, Loki is really easy, child. Nah, I did die there. That Spider-Man definitely solo ulted me. Brody definitely solo ulted me. Yeah, that death was a solo ult. But well, at least it intended to be one. Um, yeah, Loki, broken healer, and crazy DPS too. You see right here, here's another moment of my total genius. I'm Loki, who can heal so many people and has a blast heal. What character has a blast radius for healing? Like, I could hit the ground and my teammates would still be healed. And so I'm just sitting back here. In a second, you're about to see my teammates completely just go berserk and like, oh yeah, we're gonna ego push. What did they do? They ego chow. And this actually lost us the game because they got their egos couldn't allow them just to play, just to like stay on point and stay humble. See, as Loki, you shouldn't really be dying to Spider Man. Spider Man got nerfed so bad and Loki just does so much damage. It should be easy to kill a Spidey. Watch, we're just gonna give it a second because they're about to start Eagle Challenge into their base. And I didn't push with them because I knew I was gonna die. And my goal as a healer is to stay alive. So no, I'm not gonna push with my teammates when they Eagle Chow. And that's not a bad trait. And look, you see how I use my clones to continue healing and I could still stay safe? I could still stay safe and when my even when my team Eagle Chow. And say I got cocky and I wanted to be Spider Man. Spider Man didn't want to smoke. And none of these Spider Mans want to smoke with me. Watch when my DPS video come out. Y'all gonna see I'm a god on the sticks of Spider Man. See, I just had to be there. But look, see, they start ego challenge. And I'm not pushing up with them because I'm not gonna die. I'm not dying for their ego chow. That's not happening. No. That would get me killed, and I'm the most important role on this team. That's no. And I'm not saying I'm the most important role, like me as a person. I'm saying the healer. The healer is the most important role, and you do not want to die. So, chat. If your team is ego challenge, do not ego chow with them. Now, if y'all are completely eviscerated them and everybody's doing so good and you're eviscerating them, then ego chow for fun. But if you're actually going for the win, don't ego chow. No. I just want to show this clip right here real quick. Me as Loki. Um, I don't see a lot of Lokis do this. I on this map, just set your clones up right here and just rock out. You could hit anybody from all the way on point, and you could do damage. And guess what? You're not gonna get damage taken. If you join my live stream, you'll see I was just sitting here healing like crazy. I think I got like a little over 15,000 heals this game. Well, chat, we made it to the end of the video, and we just have some more Loki gameplay in the background. Um, if you enjoy this type of content, don't just it would really be appreciative if you would like and comment and subscribe and share this video to all of your friends, man. I'm just a YouTuber who is trying to just trying to bring a community together, and they're really appreciative if y'all can help me build my dream community. And even those who just stumbled upon my videos, I'm glad that you stayed long enough to watch and help contribute. Like it really means a lot. Thank you. But honestly, without further to do, we have this is just gonna be a little outro, mini outro. This is just this is this is just like my conclusion. I mean, if you was in the live, you would see the conclusion. But this is just a this little short conclusion on how I feel and like throughout this gameplay, how I feel about healers, and it's the same way I came in. Healers is easy. I mean, it's not like I didn't play healers before. I played healers before. It's quite easy. Throughout this video, you should like be able to see and tell that the reason why I wasn't able to play to my fullest extent was the simple fact that guess what? Nobody was protecting me. That's why. That's the reason why I had to kind of break my rule and play Loki because nobody protected me. I had to do it. Um, and when I did it, you seen you gotta win. You gotta win the first time I switched to Loki. Yeah, that was my very first time ever touching Loki. I never touched him before that. You can even see it on my stat board. Never touched Loki. Switched him for the first time. What happened? I win because Loki could protect itself against DPS. Now there was a clip in here. I was getting completely bodied by the Black Panther, but after watching this whole 2 hour and 48 minute video, I couldn't find the clip nowhere. I mean, I know it's in here, but I couldn't find it, and it's already 12:26 in the morning. So, um, I'm I'm okay. I guess you couldn't find it, but essentially, I was getting bodied, like eviscerated by a Black Panther, and once again, that's because no protection. Like I may be Loki and could protect myself to an extent, but when I'm getting focused by a Lord Black Panther, and it's my first time using Loki, yeah, that was a reality check. I got cooked, eviscerated. Now the Loki shouldn't the now the Black Panther shouldn't be in my spawn, and I could try my best to survive. But once again, I'm a support and he's a DPS. He's gonna win all the time. Like that's obviously the goal the kit that supports have is to protect themselves for a certain amount of time. Like Luna's freeze ability. She freezes people. That's protecting them. That's protecting her for a short amount of time that would not that allows her to prevent humans. Holy shit. That allows her to prevent players from attacking her. Gives her enough time so then her team could come back and help her. It's like the point of a support's utilities is to protect them for the time being. Now, I was doing it. I was holding off for quite some time, but my team just like one time they just ran past me. You gotta tune in the live to see that, but they literally just ran past me and let me die. And then they proceeded to blame me and said, Loki, I have not seen you on the field. Obviously, I'm not on the field. I'm getting killed. But I stayed humble, didn't crash out my team, even though it was their problem. I just left it. You just can't crash out. Obviously we lost that game, but yeah, that's the final conclusion on part 1 healers and the whole debate which role is harder. Um, I'm gonna post this video and by the end it's gonna be like it's gonna be a short little movie, and by the end of this miniseries it's gonna be a short movie and then a conclusion. Without further ado, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and share this with a friend. All peace and love. Blink is out.